Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
What up, everybody? It's Sports Chasers Podcast. I'm your host today. And we running limited stops or express stops right now. So, it's Friday night, not Thursday night. Yeah, we had, life is lifing, and we had to change up some things. So, we back and Sports Chasers on a Friday night. We're not going to keep you long tonight. First off, housekeeping. Go ahead and click like and subscribe to our channel. We'll appreciate all that. Appreciate the business. Also, we got merchandise also that's on the website there. You could go check it out. Get some new items. We got the new logo should be coming out soon on Monday. So we appreciate you all for supporting the channel and supporting us, man. We appreciate you guys. Without further ado, we're going to introduce the crew. Ryan D'Souza, what's up, baby? How you doing?
What's going on, fellas?
Insider, what's good?
Yeah, man. Friday night.
Friday night. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna hold you.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
We're not gonna hold you. Yeah, Mike Millie, what's good?
I don't think
Greetings.
There you go.
On Friday night, like it's SmackDown. We alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a throwback. SmackDown still on Friday nights?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. I ain't check it out in a minute.
Oh,
but huh? Yeah.
Well,
things change. That's everything, man. But you have the NBA. We got a little bit of the NHL. We got wait for our main man Dan K. He's gonna break it down. Also, the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers will start tonight, Friday night.
Great game. That game. I watched the whole game, man.
The Oilers won in overtime, and that was a really good game. If he was able to catch it. Draisaitl, he did his thing, man. So shout outs to the boys in Edmonton, and again, game 2 tonight.
And
that
was the only time too, man. The Panthers had a lead going into the third period in the playoffs in the last 3 playoffs. You know what I'm saying? 3 years and didn't win.
Well, yeah,
it was
down. Right, 3-1.
No, they were down 1-0.
Right.
Then they scored too quick, and really quick.
It was real quick.
It was real quick, and then they scored another one.
I think that's when I turned it off.
And they were up 3-1, and there was a point in the game in the third period, man. They were up 3-1, and the goalie for Edmonton, back to back, made 4 great stops, great saves that would have made it 4-1. Probably would have iced it.
Would have did it, yeah.
Yeah, but he secured that the 3-1 lead, and then Edmonton, man, with McDavid and was his name Draisaitl?
Leon.
Yeah,
Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah,
that name, Leon. Mr. Leon.
They're the equivalent of they score a lot, man. They're equivalent of Jordan and LeBron down there, you know what I'm saying, as far as scoring, you know what I'm saying? So and they scored quick, man, and tied it up.
Mm-hmm.
Went to overtime, and then some unforced errors with Florida, man. Right before the first overtime was gonna end, one of the players tried to clear the puck, but it went into the stands, and it was like a delay of game.
Yeah.
It gave Edmonton a power play, I'm a novice to it, but
I'm very Dan was going to definitely have to get into that part. Yeah. I know he's going to be he'll be back. Maybe we'll get him on Monday.
Yeah.
That was wild. He's going to have to delve into that part of it. But
they got into the power play, and with 40 seconds left of the first overtime, they scored. So
right.
Yeah, crazy, but
pretty good game.
Should be good, man. I think it's gonna go 7 again.
Yeah, these two teams are very they
They're
know each
battle
other,
tested. Yep.
battle tested as of
Mhm.
right now. So and the Oilers, I think the Oilers want this, man. They got what was it last year? Last year was did they go? It went 6,
Went
right?
7. No.
7 last year. Okay,
The Panthers won 3 straight.
that's right. That's
And
right.
then Edmonton came and won 3 straight, and it was tied 3-3, and they went back home to Florida and won it. But now this time Edmonton has the home ice.
Yeah.
So
And,
yeah,
yo, shout out to Sergey Bobrovsky.
oh
That's
he's
something.
yeah
He made several spectacular saves
he's
during the game. So like I said, when Dan gets back, we're going to touch on that, and he'll go deeper into that.
yeah
But since this is this Friday night, day after the NBA Finals, and we are kind of NBA as far as the crew here tonight,
mm-hmm.
NBA heavy. We're going to dive right into
Let's dive right
uh,
into it, man.
yeah, Well, yeah, we're going to start with the Indiana Pacers, and then recap of Game 1, and
Mhm.
you know. The Pacers won a thriller, 111. If you didn't stay up to watch it, it was a very, very, very good game. 111, 110. Series goes to the Pacers, lead 1-0. Next game will be Sunday night at what's that, 8 p.m.
At
Sunday
8
night.
p.m.
So hey, you gotta touch on, for the guy that how do you say it? Amongst his peers and
Underrated.
the underrated player.
Overrated. Most
Oh,
overrated.
most overrated player, most
Yeah.
overrated player. Dog, y'all better put some respect on this man's name, dog. Tyrese Halliburton, aka the Halliburton. Yo, this dude is he's playing out of his mind, man. And this guy, man, he's the whole Indiana Pacers are playing with house money. I mean, really, they've been underdogs and just about it's been underdogs the whole every series, right?
Yeah, I want to say they would, even though they had I want to say, even though they had home court against Milwaukee in the first round, they were still
Yeah,
underdogs.
still underdogs.
and
And it,
and they've won every game 1 in the
mhm.
playoffs, and one at home and then 2 on the road. They've won every game 1 in dramatic fashion too. So
Dramatic, right? And
yeah, you know what I
I
mean.
have to look it up to see if that's. I doubt if that's a record, but it's worth the a shot to see if it was or not.
Yeah, they
But
just
man,
put
these
yeah.
guys, the whole team is underrated because who Aaron was it Aaron Nimhard?
No, no, yeah, Nemhard is the he starts along with
Him and
yeah
the other cat, well Halliburton. No,
Neesmith.
Naismith. Yeah, Aaron
Yeah,
was it? Well, I get the name right,
yeah,
but nonetheless, yeah, Andrew Nimhard. I'm sorry,
Andrew
Andrew
Nemhard.
Nimhard.
Yeah, Andrew Nemhard. Yeah,
Uh, these guys, man, they do say what you want. I mean, his three what's his shooting percentage is through the roof now. He was shooting 29% in the regular season, and now he's shooting 43%.
yeah,
If those numbers are correct.
yeah,
Yo,
they're tough.
I'm gonna
They
kick it to you, man.
no,
What you got with them?
they just keep coming at you, man. No matter what the score is, they're going to play their game. They're they're rarely going to get a team to not let them play their game, because
Mhm.
even if you score, they're pushing it. They're taking it out the basket and they're pushing it ahead. Whoever gets the rebound can either go with it, or they're pushing it, advancing the ball ahead, and they're just always in attack mode, and they're always in probe mode. Everybody can probe on that team. Every guard can probe. And the thing is I like about Indiana is, right, when they
Mhm.
go to their bench, there's no drop off. You
Yeah,
bring it, you bring in like a guard like McConnell. I mean, he's wreaking havoc, getting into the lanes, putting pressure on your defense.
pressure. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's constant pressure. It's
yeah,
no time to like, let me take a no. It's constant pressure, and
constant pressure. Shout out to Rick Carlock, but go ahead.
yeah, and in the game last night, I mean, they had 19 turnovers, bro, in the first half, and but they were always still in striking distance, right? And I'm like,
Hmm.
man,
Hmm.
to have this many turnovers and you're still kind of right there,
Right.
tells me, look, if the game gets tight, it's gonna be a problem, for OKC, and it just seems like it doesn't phase Indiana if the game is tight. It's like they thrive in that aspect of the game.
Mhm.
So
obviously, down 15.
Yeah, and the thing is with OKC, you know, they go on these defensive runs when they get all these steals, and you know, and they kind of take your will from you. And they're always coming at you with their defense, and they get all these turnovers and make you take tough shots, and then they're outrunning. And normally, a game like that with OKC would have been like, even in these playoffs, would have been like a 25-point lead. You know what I'm saying? And they would have won by 20. But the fact is that Indiana's always going to play their game. But one thing too, they got to be better on the boards. I did not like OKC changing their lineup and taking Hartenstein out the starting lineup, because one, even though they've had success with that lineup, it's just it's a mental thing, right? It's a mental thing. Like, okay, I'm not changing my lineup, because if I change my lineup, that's telling Indiana, or telling yourself that, hey,
you don't trust it.
Yeah, it's like that's like,
or they doing something to counteract what you're doing, so you don't really trust what you got going.
They're showing their hand already. Like,
right.
Like, I would, if you wanted to go to that lineup, go to it. Make some quick substitutions early, but start your lineup, dog. Get Hartenstein. Start your lineup, and that lineup has got you the best record in the league. Why are you deviating from that to start the series? So you're not gonna play. You're not gonna win mind games against Rick Carlisle, man. You're just not.
Like I said, shout out to Rick Carlisle. He's tough. Before I let you, hey, Mike Millie, I won't let you get in here before I get you in here. Hey, the angry one, what's good? How you feeling?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing? How y'all living tonight, man?
What's up,
man?
brother?
Good to see you, man. Sports Chaser geared out. I like that.
Oh, you know, man. You know the latest and greatest. You know what I'm saying? Go to the get that merch, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yes,
that's what's up. Hey, I'm gonna get back to you, Mike Millie. What's good, man? What you got with this the Halle band?
Man, first of all, like Ryan said, you cannot switch your starting lineup going to a game against the Pacers. Every team this playoffs have fallen victim to that. They try to adjust their lineup, or they try to play their game. You cannot play the Pacers game. You have to play your game. You have to do what got you there to beat the Pacers. OKC was out rebounded by a large margin, and we all know the Pacers don't rebound. Siakam averages about 5 or 6 during the regular season. Miles Turner maybe 4 or 5.
Great point.
You cannot let Miles Turner go out there and get 9 rebounds. You cannot let Siakam get 10 rebounds.
9 rebounds, especially when he sits outside the 3-point line. I don't understand. Yeah, how does he have 9?
Aaron Nesmith had 12 rebounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So y'all are just not boxing out. Y'all just think we could just outscore them, because you can't outscore them. They got like the best pace in the NBA. All they do is run. OKC, you had the lead most of the game, and then you squandered it, despite making them turn over the ball a million times in the first half, despite you trying to make your lineup adjustments, and despite almost 40 points from the MVP. Everybody in that building last night knew who was taking that last shot. Everybody at home watching that game last night know who was taking that last shot. I don't care if the man has 7 points. You know he's taking the last shot for them. They got back in the game. He's been doing it all playoffs.
So
have you not been watching?
Yeah, like, for real. He's been doing it all playoffs.
The man 2 rounds ago clinked a free throw, caught it, and ran back and hit a game winner. Did you not think he was not going to take another chance? He wasn't going to take another shot. OKC, y'all to win 4 or 5. You cannot go out there and play like this. The OKC coach has been doing a great job all year, but I don't understand why you go 1 big instead of 2 bigs when they have 2 bigs starting. Then
how you say the coach's last name?
Bigs.
Mark Diagonal. That's
Diagonal. I don't know.
Diagonal.
Okay, Diagonal.
why do you have Jalen Williams in there at center and they got Obi Toppin and Pascal Siakam out there?
Which is a smaller line for Indiana, but
they still 6'10" and up. You're not going
and
to win.
6'10" and up and athletic. So they can jump and and Obi played a fantastic game. He struggled
early,
he
but
started off bad, but he got it together at the end.
He got it together.
And that's one thing I like what Rick Carlisle did, man. Like, okay, he started off bad. He had like all these turnovers. He put him right back in the game. So because he knows I'm going to need this guy. I can't crush his confidence and not play him. You know what I'm saying? And what did he do? He came back in, bang! He hit a big three. I think he had like 4 threes last night. And just played superb, man. After the rough start, and some coaches won't even go back to a bench guy when they struggle at the start of the game. They won't even go back to him. So kudos to
Tom Thibodeau, or won't go to him at all. But E, let me get you in here. Yo, E, what you thought about the game last night, man?
Yo, man, on top of what everybody already said, the glaring thing to me was why, like you already said, why are you changing your lineup? One of the few things that you have over Indiana is size. And you just basically, you out the gate, you trying to play like them. Don't do that. You outsmarting yourself. You out coaching yourself already out the gate.
Hey, what we say about people trying to play the other team style, and you ain't got the horses like that. That's the whole. You ain't got the personnel like that to do that. So stick with what works for you. But go ahead.
Exactly. And another glaring thing outside of the rebounding, there was not a whole lot of points off of turnovers for Oklahoma City. That was another thing that was impressive to Indiana. Yes, Indiana turned the ball over, but they got back on transition D. They didn't have OKC didn't have all of those explosive third quarter. You didn't see that. Yeah, they was up, but you didn't see that like you've seen in past series or whatever. So, Indiana is very well coached. In case you haven't known already, they are very well coached, and they are never out the game. They don't care. They kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs of the last 3-4 years. You can't count them out. Don't do it to yourself. Ryan, the other night, Ryan was like, yo, man, house money, I would put it on OKC, but there is something about this Indiana team.
Something about them, bro.
If you put them in the dirt, you better make sure you better call the other company and get more dirt from the other side of the city to plant it on them, because it's not enough. It's not enough.
They're never rattled, bro. They're not rattled at all. It's like they know no matter what, if we're up, we're gonna play the same way. If we're down, we're gonna play the same way. If the game is tied, we're gonna play the same way. So they're never rattled. And Chet Holmgren's got to play better. He's got to play better. Like he was a no show. Jalen Williams struggled a little bit, and give him a break.
It could be
first game, NBA Finals. But what did I say? On Monday's show, man, is there's only 2 people that have NBA Finals experience and that's the coach. That's Rick Carlisle and Siakam. And Siakam. Siakam's always going to be steady. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is with Siakam is he might not give you these 35+ point games or,
right.
But he's going to be right at there, like 19, 23,
What we say, consistently consistent. Yes, bro, you can't beat that. He's consistent.
Right. And the thing is, like, obviously Chet has to score, but I think his biggest asset for this team in this series is going to be his defense and rim protection, because they shoot a lot of threes, but they get to the basket. Like I said, with McConnell always probing and getting to the basket, and Nembhard, Halliburton, Neesmith, they're always in attack mode.
Speaking of Nembhard, what did you think about? And that's all to all you guys. And shout outs to DA. DA just checked in, real quick, and I'm going to ask him in a few minutes. What you thought about Nembhard's play on Shea SGA? the defense on him.
I mean, SGA got
he still scored.
Yeah, SGA got every shot that he wanted. He, you know, he missed those last two mid-range shots, in the clutch moments of the game that would have sealed it for him.
Right? Yeah,
and he usually hits. So, and he still had, I think he still had like 30 something. So
yeah, he still had like 33, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Right,
38.
But he only had 3 assists.
3
assists. Yeah, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals.
How many free throws did he take? That's the key. He didn't live on the free throw line either. He made some tough shots like that. That one right before, I want to say right before the third quarter, when Indiana hit a 3 and cut it to 6, and then Shea just danced at the top of the key and hit that 3 to put it, like, I'm like, man, that was like demoralizing in a sense. That would have demoralized any other team but Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
he was 7 of 8 from the free throw line.
7 of 8.
He made him work.
Yeah, if he's only taking 8 free throws, man, you've done your job.
Yeah,
you've done your job with him. And but yeah, I think like Mike Mills said, man, like I think they lost some of their dynamic offensively going so small, because now you're missing that dribble handoff with Hartenstein. Even if they miss, they can get the offensive rebounds. That's why they got rebounded by so much, because they went so small. And now you're taking you think you're adding to your offense, and being more potent, but you're losing offense in a different type of way. Offensive rebounding, Hartenstein's little floaters, Chet getting going. So you got to go to those guys, man, because we all know what do they always say in basketball, man? If you don't get your big guys going, they ain't gonna want to play no defense and do all that other stuff. They gotta touch the rock.
Gotta get them involved. Gotta get them involved.
Yeah, and then it just looked like Chet was just looked like a deer in headlights. And I'm shocked that he didn't have, a good defensive game, because Chet is a great rim protector. Hartenstein's a good rim protector. So I think, like I said, if you wanted to make a lineup change and go small and bench Hartenstein, don't do it at the start of the game, because psychologically that's a win for Indiana. Psychologically, that's a win for Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
If started off and then in 2 minutes, okay, go to it. But like I said, they've had success with this small lineup,
right?
But out the gates, like, you didn't have anything to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, Hartenstein was killing those dudes.
Definitely.
I don't know why they took him out. Hey, what up? Yeah. I don't know why they took him out, because he was killing them.
Yeah.
Right? They switched their own strategy. They got punked out of their own game and then let Indiana run their game. Because if they'd have just played the same way they played in the first half, it'd have been all right. Because Hartenstein can stay out on somebody. And if that's the case, and you're going to have to have your defense move around a little bit more and have Hartenstein stay there and stay at the rim, that's fine. But Chet can't do it, because Chet's not good in the pick and roll. And he doesn't even know where he's going when he gets in the pick and roll. Right. So it can't be him, because they were abusing him. They were going straight at him. That's why he had to sit down, because he didn't know where to go in the pick and roll. But I think if you leave Hartenstein in there, at least he knows who to cover in the pick and roll.
Right.
And if he has to force them left or right, he can do so. Chet was looking lost. And then nothing against him. He hasn't played a whole bunch, believe it or not. He's been in the league a few years, but he's been hurt a lot too. So listen, Hartenstein's a 7-year vet. I mean, he knows where everybody's going. He knows what it's going to be. Now, he knows his cats he can't guard. But, that's the good and the bad of what playing more than 5 players will do for you. So, you got to have somebody else on your bench that can guard Siakam or stay in front of him. Get deep. Don't wait till game 3 to find out. Better get there tonight.
Definitely got to make what you said, coaching changes. Some you got to do something. Probably go back to what worked for you that got you here. So it's going to be interesting.
Another thing too. I want to
go ahead, D.
One other thing too, right? We all know that this Oklahoma City defense is top notch, right? But here's the thing: against Indiana. We all know Halliburton is Halliburton. But shutting him down is not going to stop this team. Every team in the West, when you shut the main player down, you basically clog down the rest of the team. They did it with Denver, Game 7. I don't want to say shut down Jokic because that sounds crazy. But in a sense, they kept them contained, right?
Yeah.
And everybody else, Jamal Murray, everybody else was unheard of. Same thing with who did they play before them? Even with Minnesota, non-factor. Those guys was non-factors, and there was nobody else to pick up the slack. With Indiana, you could do that with Halliburton, but as you can see, what was it? 9 players in double figures.
Yeah, and nobody scored over 20. It was like 19. It was just all steady. Everybody was steady. They had nine out of their 10 players. 9 out of their 10 players hit a 3.
But they lull you to sleep.
Yeah,
they lull you to sleep, man. If I had the analogy from boxing, they're like my man Tank, man, and they do this all the time. And I keep saying, man, yo, once it's lucky, 2 it seems like a plan. 3rd time, it's a motherfucking plan.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, just like Tank will stay in the fight, he's getting hit. But when he catch that point, bam, he's putting you to sleep.
We call that downloading. We downloading the information.
Yeah. You just download, getting it, and then boom. Right? And this is not the first time in this playoff. This is the 3rd time in this playoff that Indiana has done this.
Yeah.
They stay close, and at the end, we take this. We're going home. Right? And the thing is, you can't keep losing those. There's only one game to lose, but you sure enough better not lose 2, because then Indiana has all the house money, and they run around willy-nilly. And again, Oklahoma City is a young team, and that'll probably weigh on them way more than it'll weigh on Indiana, because Indiana is not necessarily a young team. They're pretty much in the middle of the pack.
In that pocket.
With the center, he's been there 8 years, 9 years. And Halliburton's been there about 6, 7 years.
Miles Turner.
Turner's been there for 10 years.
Yeah. So
he's the oldest, right? He's the longest.
Turner's been there for a minute, man.
Yeah.
And they try every year. They're gonna trade him. Every year they're gonna trade him. After every season, they trading that
baby.
dude. But the reality is, they're not really a young team, and they have a better coach. I'm sorry, dude's been a better coach the whole playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I say I think this might be what he tells them. Yo, fellas, don't let it get away from you. If I see it getting away from you, I'm gonna call a timeout. But let's just stay close, and in the end, we'll get them. Because that's it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much Indiana's game plan. Let's just stick around, and we feel like we're gonna make all the right decisions, the big shots at the end, and like you said, DA, no time to panic for OKC, but you gotta win. Obviously, you have to win game 2 because, like I said, that was the game even against the Knicks. That was game 2 when they lost game 1 in that horrible fashion, just like how OKC lost in a horrible fashion in game 1. You can't compound it and lose game 2 at home. You can't, or it's a wrap. I don't care how good OKC is, because like you said, they're still young. They might get shell shocked if they lose game 2. It's a young team, and it's a young coach. So
I can see that, man. They go down. They go down 0-2, man.
You just can't compound. It starts
looking
man.
different.
You lose game 1. All
the pressure is on them, even though they may not say they feel it or anything like that. But let's be honest.
For sure.
OKC has been supposed to be the team these last 2 years, right? They've been the best team this year. They got the MVP. Blah blah blah. They ran through the West. Okay, fine. Everybody's looking. well, not everybody, but most people have looked at Indiana as, okay, this is where this Cinderella story is going to end. Nope, not yet. Not at all. Because, again, Oklahoma City came in here, changed their whole plan up, and played right into Indiana's hand, and now you gotta scramble. What you gonna do for game 2? What's your lineup gonna be? If you get down at this point, are y'all gonna panic? If you haven't, this is the finals.
This is a casual fans probably will make this not basketball dudes very evenly, because just the East thing, but the East is top heavy. So dudes that know that Indiana this was matchup make fights, man. And
styles make fights.
This is not the right matchup for OKC. Because this is another team that plays 10 dudes. They make 3-pointers. They make 3-pointers. Right? Now they turned that thing the hell over. But because they still was only down by 12 and they made a bunch of threes, they stayed close. Stayed close, man. And they can shoot the ball. As a team, they got a really good shooting team. I just hate to see when teams that are scorers get out of their mindset and start thinking they're shooters. So if Oklahoma City would have just kept going to the rack, they'd have won that game going away. But they start shooting threes, and you're not a 3-point shooting team. Your best 3-point shooter is probably Dort, and he's not a good shooter. They don't, Williams is a scorer. Gilgeous-Alexander is a scorer. He may become a shooter, but he's not one today. He's better getting to the rack, getting fouls called, getting to the line, making the game go at his pace. Shaq, he's not back yet. He shot better in his first year when he played than on the comeback trail where he's at now. He's not a sure enough 3-point shooter. Hartenstein is not a shooter. He can score inside, but I think the kid that they played in Minnesota, young cat that Minnesota played, came off the bench. No, not Minnesota. I'm sorry. OKC played coming off the bench. Light-skinned boy.
Isaiah Joe is their best 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he can shoot, man. That's it.
Isaiah Joe can shoot it. Yeah, he only got 11 minutes last night. Looking at the box score right now.
Best shooter.
Yeah.
So their coach has to get to work, man, because he has to unlock his players and get them to do some different things on the court, because he got out coached like really bad. So he's going to have to deal with it.
And Dort hit 5 out of 9 threes last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the first half couldn't have went any better for OKC, right? But I don't know, man. It's just like I said, man. It's just something about these Pacers, man. It's just something about them, and I can't put my finger on them, man. I mean, they're, Hallie's clutch. They don't panic. They don't panic. They get their personality from their coach, who doesn't panic.
Yeah.
And one thing about Rick, man, he's gonna save something. He's not gonna show his hand. He's not gonna show his hand until he really needs it. That's why in that game 6 against the Knicks, when all of a sudden he let Nembhard pick up Brunson the whole game.
Yeah.
From damn near 90 feet the whole game. You know what I'm saying? And we're just harassing him. They didn't do that until game 6 when they needed it. So Carlisle has something up his sleeve, and we'll see what that is. But listen, no time for OKC to panic.
No, because guess what, Ryan? At the end of the day, OKC could wheel off 4 straight wins, and this would be a wrap.
It wouldn't shock me.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it wouldn't shock me. It's game 1. Yeah. It's game 1, and if I'm the coach, I'm like, okay, we got hit. We okay. We checking our body. We good. We're gonna go back in here, and we still at home, and go ahead and get this win. Now you start making you start raising your eyebrows if we go down 0-2, because it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Not
So
you
that means
can't
you
go
got to
0-2
go.
at
That
home.
means now you got to go to their home place and get 2 back to even this thing up.
The only team I really seen do that, lose the first 2 at home and still win a series, to my recollection, was the Rockets in '94, and they had an all-time great on their team, Olajuwon. Shea is great, but he ain't
no
an all-time great yet.
Not yet. Listen. Like I said,
he's only 26. He can get there, but
he got a long way to go. But he's not that. But yes, kudos to that, Olajuwon. Yes,
yeah. So this is a must-win game for OKC.
Most definitely.
They only lost by 1, so it's like real minuscule fixes. But looking at the box score again, J-Dub cannot shoot 6 for 19.
No,
and Chet can't 2 for 9. And Hartenstein shouldn't be playing 17 minutes. 17 minutes for him is a waste.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like
I suspect that they come back, they win.
That's insane.
And win the game. Yeah. I mean, if I'm looking at this, I'm suspecting that OKC comes back and shoot better, do the things that they've been doing, and they'll win game 2.
And
but they don't have to shoot better. They're just gonna take better shots.
Correct.
That too.
Yes.
Because they can get to the rack on them whenever they want to. I'm just tripping. Like, why y'all not getting to the rack on them? Like, what the hell's the problem? You know?
What happened? What stopped? What made you stop doing what you was doing there? So, like I said, they got a couple days off. They could retool this thing and come back and make some things happen.
I have one
Y'all
question.
Got anything
guys.
else? Go ahead.
Yeah. Did Tom Thibodeau know that Obi Toppin could shoot threes like that, or he just like, oh, whatever?
You mean Tom Thibodeau and Leon Rose? And since you opened the door for me to get it, I'm going to step right on in here. Speaking of Tom Thibodeau, Speaking of Tom Thibodeau, and shout outs to the NBA Finals. That was a good game, game 1, and we're gonna move on. Tom Thibodeau was fired Monday. Was it Monday?
Yeah, Kev has the plus button. You ain't got that.
Kev got it. Kev is in the Big Apple with the yellow calves, and he's eating hot dog Franks or whatever.
He actually went up there to help Tom
street meat.
Yeah, he eating that street meat. Pause.
He up there with Chestnut.
That street meat.
Oh.
So he's out there, living his best life right now. Shout outs to the moderator. But we got a couple things. Tom Thibodeau. Let me find him. Acting like him now. Let me find Tom Thibodeau was fired, and shout out to Ryan, because Ryan was he's so optimistic, and the Knicks could do this and they could come back and they could run it back. No. There's no shot at you, Ryan. I appreciate you, brother. But for us Knicks fans, man,
he almost made me believe.
Yeah, he almost made. This guy's like a one of those street preachers out there. Almost made me believe that this, like what we are seeing is not what we're seeing. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, there's a lot of people mad about this. People that was upset for Tibbs, and why did they fire him? The Knicks got back, and it's the first time in 25 years, and yada yada yada. And all this, what we say, 2 things can be true. You could be a very, very good coach, but you might not be the right fit. This has happened over the years. We've seen this happen to, what's my man's name for? He was in Chicago before they got Phil Jackson.
Doug Collins. Doug Collins.
Doug Collins was that's decent coach at the time, but he had Michael Jordan and couldn't get over the hump. And then you know what they said,
Jordan wanted him gone.
Yeah, Jordan. There you go. You know what? Well, go ahead,
Jordan got him fired.
Jordan hired him in Washington, so because
they made amends, but at the time, like,
I didn't think he was a good. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Dude didn't think Jordan at the time didn't think dude was a good coach.
Hold on, did we lose DA?
Right? I don't think Tibbs is a good coach. The reason he got fired was not for the last 5 years. He got fired for the entirety of his career, and folks are saying, "Yo, dude, we're not gonna have you break down Jalen Brunson the way you broke up Derrick Rose, because it's his fault." Derrick Rose. That's just facts, man. If you watch basketball, and you watch the way it went down, there were times when he was a rookie. Derek wasn't supposed to be playing because he was already hurt. And
hey man, Thibodeau is known for heavily relying on his starting five.
I mean, who said that when y'all hired him and y'all was all enthusiastic?
Oh no.
I mean,
we'll go back to what you call
Twin Box. Remembers?
I don't like.
I was the first one saying that.
Yeah, Twin Box.
I told you I
Mike Millie was the first
one. And I was
one.
right behind you, Mike. Yes,
when
sir.
y'all hired him, I told y'all this
no
shit
way.
was gonna happen.
Ain't no way.
Hold on. But you got to give him put some respect on his name, dog.
Man.
Come on, we can't do this, man.
With the coach,
he ain't a good coach. The guy.
If your downfall is
5.
Oh, I didn't say he wasn't.
No. I'm just saying 5 years prior. The 5 years he did 5 years. Prior to that, we was a joke. The Knicks was a joke.
I'm gonna ask a question.
He did put some respectability into this organization. You must give him that part. Yes, like I said, two things can be true at the same time. He did put some respectability on it, but he runs his players into the ground. And that is why I think Leon Rose and the Knicks organization made the move off of him. Not to say that he's not a good coach. He's a decent coach. He's a good coach. He's a good coach. But you can't run your star player and like to what the DA said, you ran Derrick Rose into the ground. We can't. You got to look at the mileage you about to put on Brunson. We can't repeat that again.
They played 300 as a starting 5, 300 more minutes than any other team in the NBA.
I was gonna get that stat line. Go ahead. You got it.
So if we divide that by 50 minutes a game, that's 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
And not to mention, hold on. The NBA's most minutes played this season, including Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, who came in number 1 and 3 respectively, as both averaged more than 37 minutes per game. Yo, the problem with Tibbs, he's stubborn. That's my thought process. I'm gonna let Ryan go. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. Let me tell you where I think the minute Tibbs got fired. Right, I know there were reports
when
saying
DDubbz said the minutes to police, but go ahead.
Yeah, the reports were saying that for months they haven't been getting along. He was kind of on the hot seat for last couple of months, but nobody was saying nothing, and the whole Rick Brunson thing, like the players don't like Rick, Jalen Brunson's dad being there, that type of stuff, right? I believe. We all know about the minutes police, that he doesn't play his players, right? I believe as soon as you guys got past Boston, right? Mm-hmm. You guys got past the guy that you brought all these players in to beat. Now whether you guys beat them because people say Tatum got hurt, you guys were already winning, and you was gonna win anyway before he got hurt, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You beat the team who were the champions, and you beat the team that everybody had to match up with to beat. The front office did not anticipate losing to the Indiana Pacers. With the Knicks having home court, right?
Home court. Yep.
With the Knicks having home court, just beating Boston, right? And Tibbs would have been better off losing to Boston. He still would have his job.
He would still have a job. I agree with you.
If he'd have lost to Boston, he would have still had his job. But because he finally beat Boston and could not get it done against Indiana, right, with home court advantage, and Tibbs should have stuck to his damn guns and not play those dudes. As soon as he played those guys in Game 3, the Shamits, the right. They all played well and they won. That was it.
That was a wrap because they's like, look, dude, we've been telling you this.
Exactly.
Right.
You should have been doing this the whole damn season.
Exactly.
As soon as he did that and they played well and they won that game, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. And he basically, what's the term? You cut off your nose to spite your face.
Spite your face. Yeah.
That's basically what he did to his own. He did that to his own to himself, in my opinion.
Self-inflicted wound to himself.
Yeah. So he's like, so dude, you mean to tell me you've had these guys on the bench this whole time? Like I always said, like, and to me, I don't think Deuce McBride took a step. I think management and Tibbs was looking at Deuce McBride to take that next step. That's why y'all put Dante in that trade, because y'all thought Deuce was going to take that next step, and he didn't. In my opinion, he didn't.
He didn't.
He was just the same old guy.
He did not take that step.
Deuce also didn't get a bunch. He got minutes, but he didn't get a bunch of minutes.
Correct.
Just based by the
exactly.
So dudes are not going to catch their groove until they get to play. Like, dudes, listen, man. You know,
that's a coach issue. That's a coach.
Yeah, that's a coach's decision. And the other thing with that, I think people also understood, was that the fact that he's called the defensive this and defensive that, coach and his teams are not even in the top quarter of the league in defense. Now, they played some good defense in these playoffs.
At times, yeah.
But, yeah, they were not like a defensive stalwart where dudes were like, yo, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to, that's not.
But
he's not, his title and name is not really what, what's preceded him. And they're paying him for something that he probably doesn't deserve. I'm not saying I hate this man, but I've been saying this for years. I'm not saying I hate him, but I've been saying for years this same thing. Y'all know, man. I tell you, Tibbs is whack, man.
Yeah, I'm going. Let me go ahead. E, you got anything on that?
All I got to say is twin box, because I've been telling y'all every year, every offseason. Y'all been, we got this, we got that. Is Tibbs still the coach? Is Tibbs still the coach? Oh, okay. I'm not excited. Listen, I'm gonna say this too.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this. Y'all been saying it all year. Go ahead. Y'all been saying it all year.
I'm to compound on what Ryan said, right? Matter of fact, Darryl, me and you had that conversation after the Boston series. I was like, yo, I'm not impressed. The Knicks played one good 4 quarters of basketball through that whole series. And that was when Boston's best player was not available. Yes, we was up. Yeah, okay, fine. But at the same time, you played 2 great 4th quarters due to Boston
blew 2
shooting and missing everything in the 4th quarters. But you only played 1 good game of basketball in that series. And Indiana, you stunk up the place right out the gate. Game 1, you gave that up. You follow that up with another stinker in game 2. Again, you cannot keep on playing from behind like that. Not the way that you're coaching and not the way that you're built. Now, Indiana is saying, hold my beer, but that's them. We ain't talking about them. I feel like, and I will say this. I think if they did not beat Boston, it might have been Tibbs and Leon Rose getting up out of here, because Leon Rose, you was the one who got these players in here. You traded 5 picks to get 1 guy, and we still lost. Yeah, all of y'all got to get. All of y'all get.
That's back. A fact.
So I can't
argue that one. Yeah.
Good point.
That's what I'm saying. There's room and blame to go around. I mean, for all that. And good point, E. Got it.
Yeah. Again, I feel like now going forward, who they gonna get and all this other stuff, I don't know, but I'm not mad at the firing, but I think it's just bad timing, because again, on one hand, yes, we already know what he is and all this other stuff, but at the same time, he did get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So maybe if he would have made these changes that he made in the playoffs at the beginning of the year and ride it all the way out, get these guys some confidence, so when they do get to the playoffs, everything is down on Brunson. But again, that's Tibbs. That's who he is. That's who he has been his whole coaching career in the NBA. Chicago, Minnesota, New York. It's been the same way. He rides his guys.
Hold on, Ryan. Let me get Mike in real quick.
Real quick. I'm sorry. No, I just want to make a comment on I do disagree with you though, Angry One, about the timing. right? Because if you know you don't want him, just do it now. So you
cut
can
bait.
The draft is coming up.
Yeah, cut bait now.
So
give your coach an opportunity. Give
you
your
gotta
new
know.
coach
Yeah, you gotta know what you got.
opportunity.
So
I agree with you.
Just to play devil's advocate a little bit. My bad.
Got you.
Okay,
Go ahead,
I got
Mike.
you.
Got anything?
Ooh, where do I start?
Yeah, well, go ahead, because you have been on the fire.
The floor is yours.
You
my
have been
guy.
on the fire Tibbs for a long time,
Where
along
do
with
I
every except for me. I was the one that said, "Yo, give Tibbs a I must admit, and I will say it. I ain't got no problem saying it. But you guys have been on it from day one. Go ahead.
Listen, Tibbs is far from a bad coach. You can absolutely do worse than Tibbs, but Tibbs comes with the same caveats at every situation. He runs his guys into the freaking ground. But in those other places, you had the benefit of the defense to fall back on. The Knicks went and got Cat, who don't play no defense, and thought that was going to make sense. Now, I get you lost Hartenstein in free agency, so you panicked. You rerouted, you went and got another big. But then you got Jericho Sims on the bench who you don't know what you could get out of yet until Mitchell Robinson came back. You also had the big African kid. I can't remember his name. Forgive me.
Hawk Pody?
Yeah. You don't know what you got because you didn't play him neither. You know what I'm saying?
He's pretty good. I like him.
Right. The seconds, I'm not even going to say moments because it's Tibbs. The seconds
he got.
He show you flashes. So Tibbs, like I said, when y'all hired him, that Tibbs shit is cool for a year or two until you figure out where you want to go next. But he can do a lot of damage to people's bodies within these 2 years.
That's a fact.
Like y'all said, 5 picks for a player is insane. The Mikal Bridges trade. You didn't even have to give up that many picks to get Cat. Something should have went off in your head. Like, what are we doing Knicks as a front office? And now it's the Knicks' turn. Tibbs did good by y'all these 5 years. But everybody before him was a rehash. Fitzdale, rehash, bum. Hornacek, rehash. Kurt Rambis, bum, rehash. Derek Fisher. Come on. What are we doing here?
And again, they on the search again. So I mean, now that we here, so now that you brought this up, what do the Knicks do? Go ahead, D. What you said?
No Jason Kidd, right?
Jason Kidd is heavy. I'm seeing Jason Kidd and
I don't know. I like Jason Kidd.
That everybody said don't do.
Can I ask
right? He has no system because his system in Dallas was let Luka do what he wanted to do.
But that works for him because look what he did with Giannis. Because we wouldn't know Giannis could be a ball handler before Jason Kidd.
But when they got him up out of there, though,
coaches have been setting the blueprint for other coaches for years, i.e., Tony Dungy, John Gruden. Things happen like that. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't mind Jason Kidd, but I don't feel like Jason Kidd, this team is a team that he would, I don't know who they get, but I don't know.
They got to find somebody young with a system. They need a system. That's the thing that's going to save Jalen, right? Because if he does the same thing he did in Dallas, then Jalen will continue to do the same things he does now. And I'm not saying I hate Jalen. I just want to save Jalen. Because if he's dribbling the ball 16 seconds of the clock and then passing it, that ain't going to work forever. Great player, but there needs to be a system to keep Jalen right and everybody right. Because listen, you see film of Mitchell Robinson in the summer, giving dudes the shimmy and everything else. So you got to be able to unlock these players, all of them, so that they're all giving you the best that they have, and will help you in the future. But if you don't see what they all can do, you're just wasting your time. Because as we see with the 2 teams in the championship, and I'll shut up on this note, they're playing more than, 5, 6, 7 dudes. Because they know how grueling the season can be. That's all.
I think though with the you guys asking who should the Knicks get? I don't think they want anybody young because their whole statement was we're close.
We're close. We right there. That's
we're
what
right
they
there.
say.
We're 2 games away from the finals. We're close, so we need somebody who's gonna get us over the top. I don't think that's somebody young.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry, Ryan. I wasn't going to say nothing more. I was going to chill, but I hate when teams say that.
Mm-hmm.
Want to know why?
Okay.
Because what that does, it says that everybody else in your conference or in the East is not also looking to get better. 2 games away is not 2 games away. You think you're 2 games away because Jason Tatum was out. Is that why you think so? Because maybe if Jason Tatum played, then you wouldn't be there. Right? You weren't really 2 games away. Things always have to be taken in context. And I hate when teams don't take things in context. Yeah, that's what I say. You can say you're 2 games away, but look at all the circumstances that got you to where you at. So,
but that's a part of basketball.
Good or not?
Yeah, a little bit of luck.
Yeah, you need luck.
He did a little bit of luck.
All these champions win because of luck.
That doesn't mean that Boston's not going to make a move to get better next year.
Oh, that's for sure.
It doesn't mean that Milwaukee's not going to make a move to get better or do what they need to do. Yeah. Everybody else is going to make a move. You standing pat and thinking we were just 2 games away actually probably puts you 45 games back.
Well, who says they're standing pat, though? We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So that's what I said. When teams say, yo, we was just 2 games away, you saying it as if there's not going to be any movement for anybody else. Forget about you, because you're saying, yo, we're just 2 games away. So you're saying with the team we got, we was just 2 games away. We get a coach and we'll be right. And I'm saying that's not true. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
Sometimes
it can be, sometimes it can't, but it's a little bit of luck involved. Go ahead, E. Let me let you in here.
No, I was just going to say, in a sense, that's what the Knicks did. Oh, Boston is in our way, so let's go get these guys on this team so we can beat Boston. Okay, you beat Boston, but there's other teams in the East that you got to go through. Indiana. So, you know what I'm saying? So I get what DA's saying to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just say, because we all know it's hard to get back to the promised land. There's no promises whatsoever. So you can't just bank on 2 games, 1 game, or whatever. You got to put that work in and get back there. So.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, okay, got that. We got that. We're good with that. But is the coaches involved? The Knicks are going. They're saying they're going heavy at Ime Udoka and Jason Kidd.
Y'all better stay away from Ime Udoka, boy.
Hey, I don't buy Ime Udoka. I want that.
I'm gonna ask you. I want to ask y'all a question because maybe I guess I'm slow or whatever. Why would Jason Kidd or Ime leave where they at now to go to New York?
Because it's New York.
So why aren't they just hurrying up and jumping ship then, if that's the case?
Well, I mean, you can't. There's a process. You know what I'm saying? There's a process to do it. You know what I'm saying? But Tim, they didn't know. They didn't. You know, the job wasn't open. Tim's just got an extension. Last year, y'all gave him an extension.
We gave him the money. He did. I mean, yeah, again, like you said, it's New York. New York is you know as well as I know. You know, New York is it. That's what it is.
Yeah, but that kid was here. He's not coming back.
Who's that?
Ime Udoka. The Fertittas love him too much.
They love him, and he loves Amen Thompson too much.
Yeah, man, that kid is not.
Then you might have.
The dude's got better situations. Like,
yes,
I guess I'm sorry. I would not leave, especially Houston. I would not leave Houston to go coach in New York because
both those situations. Yeah, if Dallas ain't have that number 1 pick, I'll go.
That's what I'm.
Number 1 pick.
Yeah.
I'll stay.
Mike, I'm with you.
That's the reason why I say that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's New York. Yeah, it's cool, but you can really put your imprint on what you got in those 2 places because
and you can
those
get your
groups
bread
are
out
young.
there.
The Cooper flag is just going to be coming up or whatever, right? In New York, you already got what you got, and there's really going to be little movement because of these contracts and such. You got no draft picks whatsoever.
Yeah, the assets aren't there.
That's where I'm. That's
I got you. You know, but you know how we say, but you know what will move you? That cash, that money. That money will move you.
But I will.
You can't make more money than the taxes because there's no taxes, man.
Yeah, that state taxes are.
Yeah, that's true too. But you know, yeah.
But
that's why dudes would love to go out there.
But you win in New York. That's like you win one title in New York. That's like winning two. You're a made man.
That's a fact.
But
you're a made man if you win in New York.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them would like that.
But if you don't,
then you're out.
Then you're the fall guy.
Chances are that you don't more so than you will.
Hey, if you're a gambling man, you like gambling. So you know if you want to, hey, I don't know. I don't know if I would make the move. If I'm sitting there, if I'm Ime Udoka, I'm looking at this Knicks job. I'm looking at the way which I did. I got a good team. It just depends on what the shift happens in the
you don't have a good
East.
team better than our team. That's what he's thinking.
Could say that too.
And Ime is a defensive coach. When your two best players are so bad defensively, he's like, man,
Yeah.
And one thing about Ime, if you miss a defensive assignment, that dude will bench anybody, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care. Let Brunson go on. Let Cat and Brunson miss defensive assignments back to back.
Trade Cat.
Yeah, Ime's not the one y'all want over there.
I don't know, but the Knicks need somebody. They need something to get them over the top, to get them over the hump. But you know, we could speak on this all night, but we won't. Anything else, guys? That you know?
Nah, man, that's it, man.
Good show we got. Hold on, I'm gonna hit y'all with some boring clips. Aaron Rodgers finally signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Anything from anyone?
Good 1 year holdover.
Yo, man, somebody said, man, what you going? Somebody said somebody on either Instagram said, man, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, that is crazy. You about to get cooked over there in the AFC with have to go up against the Browns. No, it was the AFC
AFC North.
Yeah.
Browns, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets, I think he plays the Jets too. He plays the Jets and he plays the Steelers. No, he plays the Jets.
That's game one. Pittsburgh plays the Jets week one, don't it?
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy right there. Yeah. So you know, Justin Fields, that's gonna be very interesting to see all of that.
Like DA said, it's a good gap, gap stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably didn't like the quarterbacks coming, in this draft. So next year they'll go get one.
Yeah, that's week one. Steelers and Jets.
Y'all think he just want to get fired?
Who, Tom?
I think he just want to get fired. He just don't know how to go about it.
What dude? Just step down. Why? What you scared about? I don't think that.
Because Tom is
Aaron Rodgers.
Tom is a coach's coach, man. He likes to coach, bro. Like he's just, he. Remember how he said how we always said coaches are scared of are running from coaching.
Yeah,
he ain't running from coaching, dog.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing with the Steelers, they just don't fire their guys, man. They just don't. They had three coaches in the last 50 years.
He's like, I went 500 for all these years straight, and y'all ain't caught the hint. So now I'm about to blow it up. I'm not gonna go get a quarterback. I'm gonna go get another wild receiver who like to argue and ask for the ball, and I'm gonna go out there and just lose. I think that's what he's going for. We'll see.
But they ain't gonna lose.
Well,
they'll make the playoffs.
They'll make. I mean, they got DK Metcalf.
That's who Mike Mills talking about. The crazy.
Sorry, we'll see. Look, just mark this down. Twin box. I think he about to give it up. We'll see.
We'll see, man. So he plays. Also, Aaron Rodgers goes up against Green Bay Packers. That's going to be in Week 8. So we'll see, man. How this unpacks for Aaron Rodgers during the course of the season. Football. Can't wait for that to come back around and get here. So Yo, man. Also, what we got? Nothing else. French Open women's semifinals. Coco Gauff commanded victory. She defeated Lois Boyson with a decisive 6-1, 6-2 win. French Open. What else is going on here in the world of sports? That's about it. And NBA. I mean, Major League Baseball. Anything? Mike, your Mets. Ryan, your Houston Astros. Anything?
No,
they just moving along.
It ain't July. Yeah. What you say, July? It ain't July.
Hey,
it ain't July, dog. That's why I said I ain't got nothing for you. DA, you got anything for the?
Hold on. Wait, I tell you what. I tell you one thing about MLB. Hey, Ronald Acuna is a beast, bro. He just came back and he hasn't even missed a beat. He's already hit 4 home runs since he came back.
The dude's a monster, man.
He's a monster, bro.
He's a monster. Shout outs to him. Is DA there? Nah, he ain't there.
Yeah, all I got is that the Yankees got 2 guys in AA that got moved up to AAA that are pitchers that are super, super good. And hopefully we'll see them by the middle of the summer.
That's what's up. There you go. Well, yo, man. Hey, we're going to get on out of here, man. It's been good. We done rock for about 60 minutes. 60. Anybody got anything? Any part of shots? Anything? Ryan, got to start with you. Anything
man,
good?
Just enjoy the NBA playoffs. Enjoy the hockey playoffs.
Yeah,
I think it's 3-2 right now in the first in the hockey.
That's what we got.
Yeah, crazy.
Man, already a lot of scoring.
Yeah, a lot of scoring. Nah, man, just stay up, everybody. Be safe.
No doubt, we appreciate you. Yo, Jay, the angry one, he said, "Be safe, everybody. Enjoy the sports. Will do." Hey, Mike Millie, got anything? Part of shots? I told you this is limited express stops tonight.
Nothing major. Shout out to Takistan.
Shout out to Takistan. DA, you got anything?
Nah, man, we all good. About to go get with Spectrum, see what's good.
Yeah. Spectrum, put some respect on my man. Get his get his Wi-Fi and everything together. Yo, I ain't got nothing heavy. Yo, shout outs to everybody. Shout outs to the moderator. He's out. Shout outs to Dan K. He's he's doing what life calls us to do. And we had a good show tonight. So on behalf of myself and Sports Chasers Podcast, the moderator, who's taking yellow taxi cabs. It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Everybody be blessed. We see you on what we got? Monday? Yeah, Monday, the day after the NBA Finals, Game 2. So, peace.
Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.